March 13th, 2026. This is what's going inside my brain. And I couldn't talk yesterday because I had to go out. Today the topic is strength of your passport. Very travel related. Do you have any idea what is the strength of your passport and how important it is? So there's like different organizations who yearly like releases your strength of each country's passport. This is based on like the number of countries your passport would get, like visa free entry, that sort of stuff. So out of all the countries in the world, we Sri Lankans have a passport which is very weak. Our ranking is 93. There's only 10 countries below us in 2026. And that shows us how weak our passport is. And for most people, they'll be like, oh, like this government can improve it, or that may improve it. No, I don't think it has anything to do with who is the president or anything. It's, I think, overall, like, they lack in the correct diplomacy, I guess, because I don't see the point of us, like, the reasons for us to be having such a low ranking. I get that we should not be having a higher ranking either, but it's where we are cluttered at. The 10 countries that are below us, it's, obviously there are issues going on, wars going on. That's Afghanistan, Somalia, North Korea that everyone is putting sanctions on, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, and some other country, one country. So in South Asia, yes, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh have rankings below us, but that is nothing to be happy of. As a region, we are having overall like lower rankings when it comes to the passport, and all these countries have ongoing issues. But the thing is, we don't have such thing, and we still have only the 93rd ranking. So what it means is, it's very difficult for us to go somewhere even when we have money, because we won't get visa. And then people will be like, oh no, I'm Sri Lankan, I went to US, I went to Australia, I went to Europe, oh, I went to UAE, I went here, I went there. Did you go there as a tourist? Most probably not. You went there for education, so you're paying whatever the amount for the university fee and all that, or you're like relocating, migrating. For that, how much money did you pay? Like billions and billions, most probably, right? And also it's a very different process. Most people go for work, so that is like work visa. And as a tourist, if we cannot get e-visa, then it's very difficult, and it's only very few countries allow access with like e-visa. So for the other ones, you have to go to the particular embassy in person and submit documentation, and that documentation is not just your passport, your picture, whatever few things. No, you're supposed to submit like 500 years of your bank statements. Like vehicle ownerships, home ownership, land ownerships, your parents' birth certificates, marriage certificates. Everything needs to be certified, and the visa fee is non-refundable, and it's not like 30, 50, 20, whatever dollars. And people always will tell you, oh, I thought I have to go somewhere. I came to the airport and I saw the earliest flight, and I just got a ticket, and I didn't even know where I was landing. We can't do that. We don't have that luxury. We don't get on arrival visa like that. and we have to show um, funds, actual funds, and actual hotel reservations. And as a budget traveler, I'm not ever going to stay in a hotel. I'm going to stay in somewhere from booking.com. But most, not most, everything, they don't even accept that. You have to have a proper actual hotel registration, and you have to have employment confirmation and the leave approval and all that. Let's say someone is not working, doesn't have an employment confirmation or a leave approval, but has money, because there are people like that, and they can't go somewhere because you have to have all this documentation. Or sometimes you may need an invitation letter from that country, invitation letter issued by a travel agency sort of thing, then so you have to pay additional 200ish sort of, let's say, USD. So we, as Sri Lankans, don't have the luxury of just going anywhere, even when we can go, like, when we have funds to go. Um, like, I believe it's very unfair. I think what all the airports immigration need to do is, like, for example, Sri Lankan immigration needs to stop from someone who doesn't look like a tourist taking a tourist visa and going, right? Because as Sri Lankans, I can instantly judge someone like, "उन लोगों का हैसियत क्या है? Like, what is their status? Can they be tourists going to another country?" I can just look in like 1 second and I can judge someone. By talking to someone in 1 second, you can judge that, right? So just do it, and make sure that Sri Lankans don't get tourist visa and go to these countries and never return. The illegal immigrant problem, let's stop it at Sri Lanka. And then the other countries also don't just uh, you know look at all the Sri Lankan passport holders as one person. It's different people's capacities are different. There are people who can actually travel and who most probably has more funds than the people in that particular country to travel, right? And should check their travel history, like, have they just traveled often, or is this their first time just going to Europe as let's say a tourist. But because they are not, no one is doing that, they simply have put a blanket rule. Okay, this is how Sri Lankan passport holders would be treated. And let's say you somehow got the visa and you got into the plane and you went to that particular country. Let's say like a small country, let's say Azerbaijan, let's say Vietnam. They would be, before letting you enter their country, they would be asking why are you there. They will make you sit for half an hour, ask this question, that question, and try to make sure that, do you have an itinerary, show me per day itinerary, show me per day where are you staying, and all that. That is the status that our passport gives us. So if you, like, most people are unconcerned about it because it's not like concern. They don't have to travel, right? So they don't care what is the passport ranking. All they care is like how much is 1 kg of rice is, or something like that. Okay, what is the bus fare? But then I think overall as a country, these are things that we need to, like, think about, because the people who are paying taxes are not talking about people who are paying the majority of the taxes, they are not concerned about what is the rate for a 1 kg of rice, right? And overall, when our passport ranking goes up, it's overall good for the whole country, because, like, it's like foreign investors will come, because it shows that our strength as a nation as well. So whenever people tell me, okay, like, I can just do it. Why don't you just go somewhere? No, we can't. We can't. I mean, the people who um, have been talking to me know that we can't even get visa for Turkey, and that's not even a country people are like dying to go. The economy is very bad there. Like, I mean, just people are going for touristic purposes, but they are not going there to, like, stay and live and work and all that. Still, um, so they are like visa fees are around 60,000 or 70,000 LKR, and the number of the documents they are requesting, and you need to go to like agency appointed by the embassy, not the embassy directly. This is, I'm talking about Sri Lanka, and they won't even tell you why they would like reject your this thing, the visa application. They would simply tell rejected. And I went there and I saw like the whole row of things like just rejected, 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 rejected. So the only time that you can easily get visa for most of these countries is you're a Sri Lankan passport holder, but you have valid current visa for Schengen area, US, Australia, UAE, and UK. Yeah, that's the only exception. So, by the way, in case that you're curious, in the top ranking is Singaporean passport, and I think after that it's South Korean and Japanese passports. They can basically go anywhere. Like, they just need to get on a plane and go. Also, something that Sri Lankan government need to do is we should stop people from just coming here. We need to have a proper mechanism to get the actual tourist in also, because I see people just coming with 1,000 USD here, and they are working here, like maybe working as a surf instructor or working in a they come with a tourist visa. They sometimes even beg, saying, okay, I'm traveling, can you give me this for free? They are hitchhiking, just taking free rides and all that, taking free food. We need to stop it, because what's the point of having such a tourist? Because the whole reason that we are welcoming tourists, we are just giving them visa on arrival so that we can get dollars to this country, right? Or if someone is not doing that, because I personally know loads of foreigners who are doing it, just here doing the surfing instructor sort of things, managing restaurants or whatever. This is not, they are not getting a salary or anything, but then they get to stay in that particular whatever the accommodation, they get free food, and that's all they want, and you are giving them all that for what, like a small amount. Like, you're taking a job from someone in Sri Lanka and you're giving it to a foreigner who is supposed to bring us USD. We can't go to such a country and do that, right? We will be called illegal immigrants. So it's very important that Sri Lankan government find these people and give them the proper punishments and just send them away instantly, in shackles most probably, so that we would not get shut shits to our country. Because if they are not spending dollars here, I don't see the point of welcoming them, because no one welcomes us even when we are spending dollars. So this is something that has been going in my mind for so long, and yeah, I hope one day Sri Lankan passport improves its ranking, and all the South Asian countries improves its ranking, and then we get to travel somewhere. We get to just to go to the airport and say, oh, I didn't know, I just got into a flight and oh, it landed here, it landed there. Bye, thank you for connecting.